Welcome, everybody. We've got my friend Travis Tom out here with an amazing background. What is this tofu bofu and tofu?
Yeah, top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. That's the typical digital marketing funnel structure that you want to follow, and it's kind of my mantra to remind me I shouldn't always go to the bottom. I got to start at the top.
That's true. It just takes longer.
It does. Patience, playing the long game. You know, I have no patience, but that's why it's my reminder.
Well, I want to start off by showing you something, and
Please.
you tell me what you think. Because this list, by the way, everyone, welcome. Hope you're having an awesome day. Say hello to us. Let us know what city and state you're from. I want to show you my screen, okay? I'm going to show you something on my screen. So can you see my screen, Travis?
I can, yeah.
All right. We've got most visited websites in the world, but there's a newcomer, dude. There's a newcomer, and it's number 5.
Oh, Chad, yes.
Isn't that crazy?
I love that.
But even after all this, you've got Google,
right,
YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
Yeah.
And here's what I've noticed, and then I'll shift it over to you because I want to know if you've noticed the same thing. Over the last year, since ChatGPT has been encroaching on these top 5 spots now, I've noticed that a lot more people go to ChatGPT to start their search at regular questions, right? Instead of going to Google.
Yeah.
But when they go for what to do, where to eat, community events, let's take a look at what this area looks like. They're going to Facebook and Instagram still, and they're going to TikTok. And so to me, that's a big differentiation of how people are using these different outlets.
Yeah.
But this is what we're watching. I'm watching Facebook and Instagram now give out better quality, higher leads than ever before. And I don't know if you're watching the same thing.
It's funny that you bring that up. So I've been seeing, we run a lot of ad campaigns. We're, in that space. And I have a Google sheet on one of my clients where it shows the source. And in the past 6 weeks, it went from Facebook, Instagram, Google, the mix of those, to then having a couple of them as ChatGPT randomly pulling in. And those are organic.
Yeah, but it's all it pulls from social and Google. So is it really? It's interesting.
Right? Yeah. So exactly. Is it really organic, or is it? There's efforts that you've done paid advertising, and you've laid the groundwork in some organic content that you've done over time that's really going to build that foundation to be found in ChatGPT. And there's other strategies, right, to kind of build upon that. But I do think that you're going to start to see that increase a lot more. I think there's probably going to be some paid opportunities instead of ChatGPT as a platform in the future. But quality of leads, I'm seeing that right now there's this kind of perfect storm, the silver tsunami that we start to see of baby boomers. The vast majority, the fastest growing demographic on Facebook are women 58 years old and up that control the vast majority of all the equity in North America. And then from there, Instagram, you're typically having the Instagram, that's going to be 36 to 47. That swath of audience is typically moving into multiple different life stages, right? Those key triggered life stages that trigger some sort of need for them to move, right? Buy or sell. And typically that's entering into some sort of new work career, marriage, right? That kind of area there. Divorce being a big one. Kids moving up, so they need to get a bigger home. And then there's going to be some of that first-time home buyer demographic within that. So both Facebook and Instagram have actually matured in terms of the audience. versus
Interesting.
where it was, right, when you and I were running Facebook
10 years
ads
ago. 10
years
years
ago.
ago.
We were generating leads that were like 19-year-olds, and then where it was like, yeah, that's not our target demographic.
That's
And
so funny.
but now it's really matured and shifted. And on Facebook, most of the leads we're generating are people that are typically in those late 40s, late 50s, and 60s that are going through some transitional stages of downsizing. Okay? And that's those are the sellers. Facebook is primarily, we see a lot of the sellers, but a lot of sellers also need to buy, right? They're looking to buy
Got
and
it.
sell because they're in that kind of downsizing type of stage. And probate, I mean, there's part of that age demographic where there's some of those folks that are kind of moving into their kids, Gen X and older, are then inheriting their parents' properties and needing to sell them. My neighbor is a use case in that. She passed away about 6 months ago. Her son, who's in his early 60s, inherited the property, just put it on the market, just sold. So, there's a lot of that we start to see. And that's where I think the higher quality leads that we're starting to generate because the audience
Got
has
it.
matured up.
All right, yeah, I didn't think about the maturity part, but it's so logical. It makes sense. Right? When we first
Yeah,
started, Facebook was only when you and I first started doing the lead gen through lead ads,
right,
Facebook was only like 10 years old about, right?
right.
And so there were a lot of younger people on it. That makes a
Yeah,
lot of sense. And
yeah,
now people have matured into it. It's been 20 years since.
20 years.
So I didn't even think about that piece, man, but that makes a lot more sense too.
Yeah.
And the way that I see it is I think the sweet spot for the way we're testing things out, the sweet spot are the socials. So if we go
Mhm.
back to this list here, I think, let me add this to my screen for those of you who missed it. I think the sweet spot is these three,
Right. Yep.
right? And obviously there's X, and then you've got TikTok number 15 and LinkedIn 18, right? But
Yep.
the sweet spot for me, these three, because regardless of where people start their search, ChatGPT or Google,
Mhm.
the way that these three function is completely different.
Right.
So this is like live interaction, community, culture, what's
Right.
going on right now.
Right.
And this is kind of collecting the data for you and
Yep.
leading you to a place and giving you certain responses. So I think if we want to go where you want to take us, which is like, hey, let's produce more quality leads. Let's let's get you more views. Let's just get you growing your database. It
Right.
makes sense that these two places combined are the place to start, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That's where they are. And that's, still where a lot of the engagement is. And there's Google and ChatGPT are siloed into not necessarily any kind of engagement social aspect, but you're looking for answers, and then sometimes then the more they end up in those other communities asking you questions. But a lot of the data that is sucked into Facebook and Instagram is based on some of their behavioral habits off of Facebook and Instagram. What are some of the searches and things that they've done, right? Facebook has over 50,000 unique data points on each individual user. And
Damn.
that's not just what they've done right inside of the actual platform, it's what they've done outside the platform on a geographic level, like going to Whole Foods and shopping around, but also what websites that have certain pixels on them and other types of interactions, that kind of this cross device communication that starts to suck up and gather all this data to say, hey, this is a string of data that's telling us a story that these people are more than likely going to be buying or selling in the near future based on these
Mhm.
actions, right? They searched for this. They went and they looked at a mortgage calculator. They went and they cruised, some sort of other property search website. All of that has data that's being fired back and aggregated into these, social media channels.
Okay, so now take me through because you guys run millions of dollars a year on ads.
Yeah.
Take me through what and I know this is a hard question because look, you're in New Mexico, I'm in Southern California.
Yeah.
This is completely different in every area, but average cost per lead,
Yep.
and let's go into what the ROI typically is and why
Yeah.
you favor Meta over everything else.
So average cost per lead has increased over the past several years. Ad costs have gotten a little bit more expensive. There's billions and billions of dollars being spent right every month on Meta, so it's becoming it's a lucrative space. That's why a lot of people spend a lot of money. So it's
Yeah.
becoming a more competitive space. And over time, what we're seeing is that cost per lead went from around $3 to $4 per lead. Now it's kind of hovering in between $7 to $12. And that $7 to $12 is kind of a national type of average that we see. And it varies, right? Sometimes we see some
Okay.
leads dip and come in below, $4 or $5. I saw one last week that came in at 89 cents per lead.
Where was that?
That was really interesting. It was a ad that this real estate agent was running. She was offering school calendar magnets, school schedules,
Free?
free
Huh.
for. It was a very smart ad. It was a great strategy. She was offering free calendar magnets for the specific school area. She was running the ad and said, parents of X, community X
It's a good
school,
idea, man. I
right?
like that.
Download these templates because those parents are going to be,
Hmm.
moving up at some point, right?
Especially right now when school's getting started. Like,
Yeah.
so we go back a couple of weeks. That's perfect timing. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, I thought
That's
it was a
really
great strategy. We highlighted it in one of our newsletters because it was just, I mean, she was getting a ton of leads, 89 cents per lead. So it wasn't necessarily real estate specific. It was a real estate agent offering an item of value, right, in exchange for lead information to parents within a certain county that had, kiddos that went to school.
so we're going that one's a special case,
It
under a
is.
dollar.
Yeah.
We're typically averaging $7 to $12 a lead, you say,
Right.
right?
Yes.
So, um, when we're getting those leads and we get their information, what determines from what you've seen, what determines the higher quality lead? Is it the ad or does that not matter? What have you seen?
It's definitely it's always a mixed bag, right? You're going to get some prospects that are just interested. You're going to get some that are definitely more of a hotter prospect where there's some sense of urgency in the next 60 to 90 days, or 4 to 6 months. But what we typically see is ads that are offering a little bit more of a item of value connected to a couple different things. One, a list of homes in a certain price range. And if you are asking about 5 to 6 different questions, that's going to help create enough friction for them to go through those steps into their information. So, first name, last name, phone number, um, when do you plan on buying a home? And then, do you currently own a home? And those two qualifying questions right there, right? Those are kind of custom questions that you should be asking. And my favorite one there is, do you currently own a home?
Are those built into a walled garden or no?
Yeah, those are questions that are built into walled garden, and you can add more custom ones.
Can you show me or no? Like, show me what that would look like on
Yeah,
the
I can.
back end?
Absolutely. I can walk you through and
Thanks,
show
buddy.
you what it looks like.
Show me what
Um,
that looks like. In the meantime, I have a question about if you were going to start in an area from scratch, because so I'll give you the scenario while you look for the right screen. Okay. Um, so we we opened up a brokerage, right?
right.
It's in California. We're about to open in Louisiana. No, Illinois. Sorry, I know. Listen, okay, I get them confused all my life.
Somewhere over there.
It's not California, okay? Illinois, Chicago. We're about to open up in Illinois and Chicago with quite a few agents there, but I want to help them out, right?
Yeah.
Like, in fact, we want to help push leads their way. What would that look like in your head to to build out leads coming through
Yeah.
if they have listings and if they don't? What
We
would
don't.
that look like? Both in
Mm,
your world.
So yeah, let me share my screen, and that will.
You want me to
Uh,
add it to the stage?
yeah, if he adds to the state, that'd be great.
Okay,
Let me
then
know if
just
you can.
change up your window. There you go.
Okay, can you see my dashboard?
I can. It says, "What will you advertise today?"
Yes, perfect.
Go ahead.
Okay, so this is the walled garden dashboard, and there's a few different opportunities. We've got our different templates that are here.
Those are
Um,
really pretty, man.
aren't they? Thank you. Yeah,
You've done
this is
such a great job here.
yeah. Well, that's Tony's work. She's
Listen,
design.
Tony should kick you out of this and just run this whole thing.
She should. She
She's
should.
amazing. She's amazing.
Uh, we actually have mortgage templates too.
Oh,
Um,
wow. Dude,
yeah.
those are the bottom ones are AI created. One of
Yeah.
them is.
Yeah. Some of these are
I like
actual
this.
AI created. Yeah. So to answer your question, which is a three-part question, right? What first one,
Mhm.
which is like the lead ed form. Two, if they have listings, and if they don't have listings. So if they do have listings, there's like the four kind of stage story of being able to really monetize any kind of listing that you have and turn it into lead generation, which is either coming soon, just listed, open house, right, just sold. And that's the ideal type of path that you'd want to go through that route, depending on your budget. um, Most folks, there's your budget could be limited. You might want to do one ad that is really just focused on like a just listed type of ad campaign. And then this is where, let's say they've got a property, right? So I'm going to go through and let's say I'm going to pick this home here. We're going to promote this property. I can change the color. I can give it, a little bit, you can upload your hex code. I can change the font if I want in there. And so this is where I typically hold back the property address because I want to create that curiosity gap. So I'm going to say, see all the photos and price.
Got it.
Right. So I can change this, and it's kind of like a Canva-esque style template, right? That you can kind of play with there. So check out this house. And then I'm going to delete maybe this, right? And you can, customize this however you want. But we've got our ad template ready to go. From here, I can jump in, and I'm going to choose a Facebook business page that I'm an admin of. So I'm going to choose Venture Realty Group. I can, choose Tristan Associates there, and you can run those ads. So you just need to be an admin of that Facebook business page. So if they're adding you as an admin, you're going to be able to create ads for them, or they can create ads for themselves. Just depends on your goal there. So I'm going to say this is just listed,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to say that it's I'll add the property address there.
Okay, easy.
Easy. So our goal, I'm going to choose lead generation. We can do brand awareness to drive traffic, but I'm going to do lead gen, right? That's
Lead
what we want.
generation.
Yeah, we want to send some leads. That's going to create a Facebook and Instagram lead form for us. So I'm going to say, see this great house for sale.
Wait,
And
if I suck at this part, which I usually do,
yeah.
can you does this help? Does this give you like options for help?
Yes. So the typical headline for a good headline that's going to get some attraction, get some leads, is see all the photos and details, or check out this house for sale, or see this house for sale. Those are kind of like the three ones. And this is an ad wizard that basically leverages AI to create different variations of the ad copy. So it will rotate through. Our AI will inject these different ads, these ad headlines into the campaign, and then find the winning headline, and then dedicate the budget to that specific one, and the others will
Oh,
follow.
that's a great idea. And that does it automatically through your system.
Yeah, automatically. So it just is built in. You just type, some sort of headline there, and it'll recognize what it is, and then go from there. Now, with property ad copy, I'm a little lazy with it, right? So I'm going to take this. I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to pretend
You
that
just go to Redfin. Redfin and grab the marketing remarks, no problem.
Right? Just drop it in,
Okay.
hit Ad Wizard, and it's going to build out different variations of the ad copy for me. Now, I'm also going to go and I'm going to copy the URL for this because I'm going to send them over to that website. So I'm going to drop that in here.
Oh.
That's where they're going to go. So I've got control of where I can send the audience, right? So I've
So
got,
if I've got a Lofty website,
yeah,
so I could just have them land there. I just have to remove the opt-in section, right? That's it.
exactly. Right.
Oh,
So
dude, that's
that's what
awesome.
they'll be redirected after they go through this lead ed form. So we're going to ask for full name, email, phone number. I'm going to ask, do you currently own a home? And I love this question because about 35% of the leads say yes, they currently own
Isn't
a
that
home.
crazy? Dude, do you track that with all of
Yeah.
them? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, we've got a lot of back end metrics where we can kind of see like who's saying yes, who's saying no, based on different conversations. We kind of, some people ask like, are you pre-qualified? There's other questions that people ask, like, tell me about the property that you're
That's
interested in.
awesome.
So you can customize those and add those. You can add more, but I typically like to add just those two because that's going to give me one, an idea if they currently own a home, so I can have a seller, or two, maybe there's someone that's planning to buy in the next 30 days, or 6 months, or they're giving a little bit more context of whatever their answer is. Now, we've got a lead routing here. This is part of what we call the branded platform. And this is where brokers and teams can provide to their agents. So their agents log in and they have access to the whole walled garden platform, which is part of this lead routing. So if I'm running ads for them, right, I can say, I want this to go to Skip. I want the leads for this ad for this specific, business page, the Venture Realty Group, to go to that specific person. So I can do lead routing per business page and have that set up, right? Or I can choose I want it to go to Tony, and have that set up. So I can choose any business page that I'm an admin of and make sure that I have lead routing set up for any one of those individuals. That's if I'm running ads for them as a brokerage, but they also have the opportunity to go in and create their own ads, and they can have those leads sent to their own, specific CRM or, whatever it might be. So we've got our ad copy, our ad creative, and then this is where we're leveraging AI to do the targeting for us. It's reading the ad copy, it's looking at the ad creative, it's looking at the destination URL, and it's saying, hey, based on this, we're going to run the ads. People are looking to buy or sell in the near future, right? Based on a lot of different data that it's been able to pull through. So for me, I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm going to target New Mexico, but maybe I might want to also target, let's say, a specific address, right? So I can type in, I want this to go to, this specific home here. It's going to drop a pin on that property and then bleed out the radius from the home to the community to the whole area after several days. Or I live near Nob Hill in New Mexico, which is a neighborhood. It can just drop a pin there, right? And then same thing with that neighborhood. Or maybe I want to also, I'm going to target people in Los Angeles, California, who are relocating, right? I'm looking to move here. Maybe I might also target people in, Austin, Texas, or Ontario, Canada, right? Some snowbirds that are coming through.
Yeah,
So
I
you
like
have
that.
a couple different, you can do some audience kind of targeting, stacking there. Or I say, from a geographic level, I'm not going to use the AI geographic targeting. I'm going to go in and I'm going to target a custom audience. I'm going to upload,
Mhm.
right, a specific list of individuals. And I'm going to upload, let's say, a list of homeowners in Los Ranchos. And now I'm going to be targeting that list of homeowners. And that's a list that I may, I sent postcards to them in the past. I've got a listing coming up in that area. So this is my geographic farming, right? Or I upload maybe a list of my sphere of influence, friends, family, past clients, and I'm going to retarget them with a specific ad. Or I can do a one-click custom audience creation of anyone that's engaged with my Facebook business page or Instagram page commented, liked, shared, right? Watched a video, all of my walled garden leads as well. So that gives you a few different options, right?
I like this, man. I also like the look of it. It's very sleek.
Thank you. We try and keep it as clean and easy as possible. You know, instead of going through the ad manager, which is kind of clunky and difficult, this gives everyone the opportunity to create an ad just in a few minutes here. Now we have a default of 10 days at $10 a day, which is typically going to generate around 15 leads on average.
Okay.
But let's say, you know what, you want to just run it for 5 days. Maybe you got an open house coming up and you just have a 5-day run time. You can drop it down to 5. It gives you kind of like, hey, low performance risk, kind of a warning there. You know, it may not have as much reach as you typically want. It'll still perform. It'll still get engagement, still get leads, but just kind of letting you know. But if you bump this up to $15 a day, it takes you out of that low performance window there.
Okay, so hold on. What's the magic number on the daily budget?
So I've seen better success around $14 to $15 a day, and anywhere from 5 to 10 day duration. That is a nice sweet spot because it's going to get in front of more people and it's going to generate leads. Now you can do it for more, right? You know, you can run it for, let's say, 30 or 60 days. But if you're looking to just promote, a open house or coming soon,
just listed too,
or just listed, and you're, trying to conserve your budget a little bit there, that $15 a day, 5 days, you're going to be able to get around 15 to 20 leads per ad. And that's going to be able to then, get the property seen, get some inquiries, right? Get some buyers and sellers from that. And that's typically what we see on average is most people kind of hover between $15 a day, in between 5 and 10 days there.
Got it. I like that.
Now the agent, they click and they pay for their ad, right? So they click on this, they'll go through the credit card form, the ad will start running, leads will come in, those leads go through a leaded form, people get redirected to that property search of your choice, leads go to you via text, via email, and routed to your preferred CRM. Now you asked the question, promoting it for other people, right? So let's see, we're promoting this for some of those folks in Chicago.
Yes.
If they have a listing. If they don't, then we want to go to, these are all kind of listing specific, but I can go up here to this and say, I'm going to look up list of homes. And this is going to show me different ad templates that I can go through and choose and say, you know what, I'm going to choose this one here. And I'm going to upload an image, that would be for their specific area. I don't have any Chicago specific ones, but we'll just play around with this. And I would say, see all the homes for sale under, 575,000. And, let's say this is going to be like Utah. And so you would then kind of mess around with some of the link there. And then I'm going to say, see all the photos.
I like this, man.
Yeah, makes it easy, clean, right? We can change, change that text.
This is pretty.
That font, that style, right? Whatever that might be. So this is a good way, a kind of tried and true way that we see a lot of ways and a lot of agents to get buyers and sellers that don't have a listing specific type of property. And so same process, right? You would take this through creating the, goal, choosing the business page, the ad copy and running the ad, but seeing homes priced under a certain amount or starting at a certain amount, or see what you can afford, see what homes you can afford at $600,000, see what homes you can buy making $200,000 a year. There's different ways to position those kind of lists, right? See how the homes with pools. Just, and if you mess up at all, you can hit reset and the template will reset. You can kind of start where you left off there.
Okay.
There's some price reduction ones that we just added.
I have a question before you show me the price reduction ones.
Yeah,
Um, I know you incorporated AI, and I saw a little bit like the wizard, but can
yeah.
you go through how you've incorporated AI so I understand it?
Absolutely. So we've got AI in a few different places. We have AI in the ad copy assist, what we call ad wizard. We have AI in the targeting, and that AI basically analyzes the Facebook business page, the website you're driving traffic to, the ad copy, the ad creative. It'll look and watch the video, and the AI says, "Hey, we're going to run the ad to these specific people based on what the ad is about." So, for instance, if
Hmm.
I'm, if I'm going to go through and run an ad, for uh, you know, veterans, right? This is going to then run an ad to those people based on, some of those details, right? So it says, hey, you served our country. It's going to run an ad to, veterans and active duty, off, right, whatever they might be. So
Mhm.
the ad copy and the ad creative helps to dictate all that targeting. Now, on the back end, there's some AI that also is making decisions on how to rotate through the actual ad creative itself and saying the ad copy, dedicating budget to that, moving between different placements. And is what we call, active bidding optimization, making those decisions for you in real time.
Got it. And what about so let's say we build the ads, they're all ready to go. Where do we see those results and
Yeah.
where all the leads are
So,
coming from?
so this would come in, in our reports tab here, and you can start off. We've got like this draft campaign. This is the one that I just started, right? I can jump
Oh,
back
that's
into it,
cool.
yeah, and save it for later. Or I can delete the draft. Now those stats would show up here, right? So it would show views, audience, clicks. That's a traffic campaign. I got one that I did back in May or April here, that I had $3.12 per lead come through, and it
That's
didn't
really
go.
good, man.
Yeah, that
Wait,
was
that's
really good.
yeah, I know Venture Realty. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and so the leads were coming in, after 90 days. We wipe out the lead data, but leads were coming in there. Lead info shows up here with a download button. Right, I can cancel the ad if I want. I can duplicate it. I can say, this ad did pretty well. I'm going to re
Mm,
I'm going to relaunch this ad, jump back into the targeting, or I can jump back in and edit the ad, right, and build from there. So pretty flexible, very easy, straightforward type of platform that makes it really, really easy. And with the branded platform, we brand this to your brokerage, right, or team, or to your mortgage company, and then we give you the platform. You then give the platform to all of your agents. Your agents log in. They have access they have their own sub account that shows your logo, and they then get all the templates and all the features to run ads. They don't pay a monthly subscription fee if they come through the
oh,
platform, which is nice. So it's kind of a value add.
got it. Okay, and then where do we test this out if we wanted to be jump in? Where would we go?
Yeah. So you mean you specifically?
No, just all of us just
Just all,
watching.
yeah. walledgardenhq.com. Yeah, so
Oh,
walledgardenhq.com, and branded platforms. It's a thing that we custom build, um, and we do a demo with you, kind of get an idea of what you need there. But we offer solo individual users $79 a month, but pro platform, or what we call the branded platform, is $497 a month. That's for teams and brokerages. It's unlimited seats, and so you can have 500 people on there, or 1,000 people on there. They each have their own individual account that they run ads on, that they don't pay a monthly subscription. But
do
solo
you
agents.
also do you also do the retargeting for all of these or no?
Yeah, so we offer retargeting as custom audiences. In the near future, we're going to be adding some other retargeting aspects.
Got it.
You can retarget anyone that's engaged with your content, anyone that's engaged with your videos or Facebook page. Retarget any of your leads. You can also then retarget like a database you upload.
Got it.
And from there. This is John Kiner. He got 4,940% ROI on his investment.
That's a crazy number, dude.
Right? $100 in ad spend, 27,000 in commissions made. So he sold 2 other properties as a direct result of 50 leads that they generated, totaling the 900,000 that they from the ad that they ran there. So we've seen a lot of different success stories about how people are leveraging it.
What's in the Pages tab? Somebody asked.
Oh yeah, that's a good question. The Pages tab. So that is, let me log back in here. The Pages tab. This is what's part of the branded platform. Is this Pages tab? This is where you can act almost as an ad agency. So I can go through. So I'm an admin of all of these different Facebook business pages. Too many pages, right?
Oh, wait a second. So pause.
Yeah.
If I'm a brokerage, okay.
Yes.
This is where it would be. So I can manage all of my agents, or let's say my marketing person could manage all of our agents right here and help them. If I want to be like, you know what, you handle this, they don't have time to handle this stuff.
Exactly. So
this is where,
so this is where you can kind of act as like a ad agency.
This is awesome, bro.
Thanks. Yeah. This is we built this because we had a lot of different brokerages for that use case, saying, "Hey, I'm running ads for a couple of different agents, and they want us to run ads for them." So with this, I would go to, let's say, Venture Realty Group. I can go down here, and then under lead notifications, I can either upload a CSV file of all the people in Venture Realty Group that I want to receive, send leads to, or I upload them, manually here, first name, last name, email, phone number. I can also add in like their lead parsing email as well. So I can send a test lead that'll send a lead to all of it, get a text, get an email, route it to CRM. So when I go to create an ad for Venture Realty Group, and it's a lead ad form, right? I'll have that drop down menu where it shows I can send it to Skip, I can send it to Tony, right? I can send it to Travis. So there's others, but it's not built out, right? Like this, this one here, I currently don't have any lead recipients built out there. But the Pages tab, you basically build those out. So then I can go and I can say, you know what? I'm going to create an ad. Actually, let me kind of go to templates here and just kind of make it easier. So let's say I'm running a coming soon ad, and let's say I've customized it. I can choose the business pages I'm an admin of, right? These are all the agents I'm running ads for, let's say. But I'm going to go to Venture Realty Group, and this is the one. I'm just kind of fly through some of this. Choose lead generation. I'm just going to put some boilerplate kind of ad copy in there.
All right, I like it.
Just so I can kind of move through this, show you to the lead ad form, that this is that form, and then the lead routing. The lead routing is connected to that Pages tab, where then I say, I want this to go to Skip.
Oh, wait a second. So you're saying as a brokerage or a team, I can run a generalized ad, and then you're functioning like a CRM where you're like round robining, if that's a word.
In our world, it is, yeah.
to all of my agents in the brokerage. So if I'm now looking at Chicago and saying, "Hey, I've just brought in a team in Chicago. I want to run a few ads for them, and I want to give them a boost."
Right,
dude. This is really good.
Yeah. So I mean, that's and we have some ad agencies using Walled Garden like this. We've got some team leaders using it like this, and some brokerages where they say, yeah, I've got a group, that is connected to that specific business page, and they upload all of those, and then every one of these people will receive the lead notification at the exact same time, in real time.
Perfect.
So it sends it out right away.
Okay. Then what are you doing next? Like, what's next for you guys? Because you've done a lot since I've seen this, man. And
Yeah,
I think the last time I saw it was a few months ago. So that you guys have worked on this a ton.
we are. Yeah, no, yeah, thank you. Yeah, continue to work on it. Next we've got look at my whiteboard where our roadmap is. There's a few other elements that we're working on. Some playbooks that we're looking at adding, which are kind of like press and play, just done for you, kind of in a way where it tees it up. There's some possible video, instant video creation where it's going to use AI basically to create static images and turn it into a video walkthrough. There's several different things we're building out that we're really excited about. The other thing is that we can build custom templates and drop them in here for your brokerage or team or whatever it is. So if there's specific templates that you want, like if there's cash offer templates, if there's a specific kind of branding that you want, our team can create those, drop them in, and they'll show up directly here in the first row inside of your dashboard. For instance, there's like a credit repair company that it wants to use us, and it's all going to have credit repair ads built out, things like that.
Okay. Cool,
Yeah.
man. I like this. We should we should talk more often. That's all
I
I'm
know.
gonna say.
I know.
We just,
We've been
we
busy
just
with
talk.
both of those.
This is
Yeah.
cool, dude. I like this. Thanks for
Thank you.
doing this.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I think that based on where I'm seeing our world go, I think at first, if I think back to maybe 3 years ago or so, I
uh,
was like, is Facebook gonna drop like from the top 5, right? That's what I
uh,
was thinking. Like I think it could have, but they
right.
position themselves in such a way, I think now, especially now that they're investing billions of dollars in AI,
Yeah.
they position themselves to remain in the top 5 for quite a few years.
Yes.
And
Oh, yeah.
that makes me more bullish on going further in with meta ads. Like if people ask me where are you putting in your money to
Right.
generate leads outside of organic, right? Because I love
Right.
organic. It's definitely meta, hands down.
Yeah.
Meta over Google PPC now.
Right.
So
Yeah. It's in the yeah. I mean, Meta's spending billions of dollars in AI, and so we're in this AI race, which is exciting. And there's a lot more data being pumped in, so better targeting, better leads coming through, and our whole focus is to make lead generation as well, Facebook and Instagram ad campaigns as easy as possible. But we'll be expanding to other platforms as well. So we'll be adding Google, we'll be adding YouTube. We're going to have a pretty diversified marketing suite. And our goal as we move forward is to be able to make it just a centralized, kind of command center where you will eventually even have AI just running ads for you. So we're heading in that direction where basically you just tell it what to do, and it's going to be building campaigns and ad creative and just launching it.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
Good job. Keep up the amazing work. And everybody, if you have any questions and you can't reach Travis, you can always reach me and I'll redirect you. But go to walledgardenhq.com. And
Yeah.
I want to see where you guys are at in a few months, man.
Thank you. Yeah, me too.
Thanks for doing this. Say hi to Tony.
I will. All right. Bye, Tristan.
All right.